Good morning, boys and girls. I hope that your first couple of days at home have been nice and easy. Maybe you're helping your parents clean things around the house. Maybe you've gotten to go outside more than you usually do in your backyard. Maybe you haven't gotten to go outside at all, but you're getting to play video games or watch a little more TV than you normally do. I'd like for you to get out your word workbook, and we're going to open to page 3 and get started. Remember, at any time, you can pause the video if you're not where I am, so that it gives you time to catch up to what I'm doing, okay? At the top of page 3, we have our memory words for this week, and I want you to look going across right here. We have the word boy, and sort of underneath it is girl. Then we have 2, T-W-O, that's the number 2. Then we have 4, F-O-U-R, that's the number 4. Then we have about, over, and before. So those are our sight words for this week, our memory words. And you can see on your page, Doc is talking to the kids about what they need to do to get ready for the talent show. So I want you to follow along as I read what Doc says, all right? It says, there is lots to do before the show. A boy or girl must fix up the bus. 2 others must set up the benches over there. Then we need to plan about 3 or 4 acts for the show. Who wants to do what? So she's talking to all the Superkids so they can make a plan, because it's better when we work all together. So now let's talk about what Doc is asking. Can you find it in the story? How many kids must set up the benches? It's 2. 2 others must set up the benches over there. The next questions I'm not going to answer, but you can pause them so that you can reread at the top and find the answer. Where did Doc say the benches should be set up? Hint, I just said it. How many acts need to be planned? That means how many different talent displays, shows from each child. Who must fix up the bus? And the last question, when do all these things need to get done? I want you to look at the memory words on the side if you've answered all the questions, and let's read through them from top to bottom. We have boy, girl, 2, 4, about, over, before. At this time, take your pencil and trace the blue words. Make sure that you're trying to use your best Superkids handwriting. Now it's time for a little bit of our story, and I'm going to find the interactive one so we can hear it all together. Maybe. Remember that you can come back to this video at any time if you're wanting to hear the story again. All right, here we go.
The Spingle Spangle Talent Show. Chapter 1. The Superkids were putting on a show. Doc made a list of jobs and acts. The Spingle Spangle Talent Show. 1. Doc, set up benches for the show. 2. Hot Rod, fix up the bus for the show. 3. Lily, sell tickets. 4. Cass, get stuff for the show. 5. Sal, sing a song. 6. Tick, tack, tock, tell jokes. 7. Oswald, Alf, Icky, and Fritz do a band act.
Okay, so what is Doc's list telling the Superkids? It's telling about the jobs or acts that they will do for the show. What is Lily's job? Her name is on number 3. Right, her job is to sell tickets. What will Sal's job be? He's going to sing a song. Let's turn the page.
The boys and girls had lots to do before the show, but Etta Betta sat on the bus. My name isn't on the list, said Etta Betta. Doc didn't want me in the show.
Oh no, why isn't Etta Betta helping get ready for the show? Right, Doc didn't put her name on the list at all. So what is she doing instead? She's just sitting on the bus. Look at the picture. How does it look like Etta Betta is feeling about being left off of the list? She looks either upset or mad to me. Let's find out what happens with her.
Chapter 2. The show began. We have 4 fantastic acts, said Doc. Let's begin with Sal.
All right, so now we've started chapter 2. Chapter 2 is telling us we're starting the second part of the story. It's like Junie B. Jones, where we have little parts to go to change to a new section of the story. Where is Doc when this show begins? She's standing on the stage with a curtain in front of the Superkids bus. And then what's in front of the stage? There are the people sitting on the benches. So remember, the people who are watching the show are called the audience. Say audience. Audience. The audience usually claps as a way to say that they like what's happening in the show. And I still see Etta Betta looking pretty sad there.
Sal got up on stilts. He sang a song about animals. He hopped and jumped, but he didn't tip over.
Wow, have you ever seen stilts before? Or have you been on them before? Stilts are special sticks or poles that you stand on so that you are tall. So what makes his talent difficult? It's because it can be hard to move around on the stilts without falling over or tipping over. Let's see who's next.
That was terrific, said Doc. No, it wasn't. It was rotten, said Etta Betta. But the show is not over, said Doc. Next, we have 3 girls who will tell us about chickens.
So what can you tell that the people in the audience think about Sal's act? They definitely like it because the picture shows that they're clapping and smiling. But what does Etta Betta think of Sal's act? Uh-oh. She said it wasn't good, it was rotten. Why do you think that she's feeling that way? I think it's because she's mad about not being part of the show. So, where is Etta Betta when she says that Sal's act is rotten? She's still sitting on the bus, right? And who is she really talking to? Do you think Sal could hear her or Doc? No, she's just talking to herself. Let's turn the page.
The Super Chickens. I am Clock. I am Clack. I am Click. What do chickens have that no animal has? What? Little chickens. Cluck, cluck.
Okay, so notice that the words from the girls are in speech balloons. They're telling jokes. So for each joke, Talk will ask the question, Tack repeats the question word, and Tick will give the answer. All right?
When is a chicken not a chicken. When? When it is an egg. Cluck, cluck. What is twisted, tan, and has wings? What? A chicken pretzel. Cluck, cluck. Those jokes weren't any good, said Etta Betta.
All right, so does Etta Betta like the Super Chickens act? Nope, she sure doesn't. She says that the jokes weren't even any good. So at this point, when I'm reading a long story, I like to stop somewhere in the middle to make sure that I remember what's happened. So far in the story, the kids got ready for their talent show, and then they started doing their acts. Doc made a list of the jobs and the acts for the show, but Etta Betta's name wasn't on it. So now she's sitting on the bus by herself feeling angry. She's watching the show, but she thinks everybody's act is terrible. So I wonder what the next act will be and whether or not Etta Betta will dislike that one too.
The Octopus Band. Doc said, "We have 2 acts to go. Next up is the Octopus Band." Oswald sang. The boys in the band banged, beeped, and buzzed along.
So what are these boys' talents? The talent is that Oswald is singing and the other boys are playing instruments. What do you think the words banged, beeped, and buzzed describe? Buzzed. Those are the sounds from the instruments. They're banging on the drum, they're beeping on the clarinet, and buzzing along on the trombone.
"Thanks, Octopus Band," said Doc. Etta Betta couldn't stand it. The show was ending, and she hadn't gotten to be in it.
Uh-oh. When you can't stand something, it means that you really don't like it. What is it that Etta Betta couldn't stand? She couldn't stand that the show was ending and she hadn't been in it.
Chapter 3. Doc said, "We saved the best act for last. It's Etta Betta." Etta Betta didn't come. "Where is Etta Betta?" asked Doc. "We haven't seen her," said Tick. "I am on the bus," said Etta Betta.
Okay, so we've started chapter 3 from our story. This is the last chapter of the story. Is the talent show over? No. What act does Doc say is last? Right, it's Etta Betta's. Why is this a surprise? Do you remember? Way back on the beginning, Etta Betta's name was not on the list, so she didn't think that she was going to be in the show.
"Aren't you planning to do your act?" asked Doc. "No," said Etta Betta. "My name wasn't on the list." "It wasn't?" Doc said. "I didn't mean to forget you. Couldn't you still do your act? The show will flop without it." "Well, okay," said Etta Betta.
All right, so Etta Betta's name wasn't on the list because Doc just forgot to put it there. Does Doc know that Etta Betta wanted to do an act? Yes, she does. And how do we know? She asks her to do it. She says that she didn't mean to forget her. Sometimes we have to use our words to help explain why something has been a mistake and why we're sorry about it. So also, when a show is bad and nobody likes it, it's called a flop. What does Doc say will make their show flop? She says the show would flop if Etta Betta doesn't do her part, do her act, okay?
"Amazing Etta Betta. I am an acrobat," said Etta Betta. And she did a handstand. She did leg splits. She did back bends.
All right. So she's an acrobat. Acrobats are athletes who do difficult moves with their bodies. What moves does Etta Betta do as an acrobat? So she does the leg splits and back bends. Now would be a really fun time to take a pause from the story. If you know how to do the splits or if you know how to do a back bend, you could try to do that at your house right now.
She did handsprings and flips.
However, you probably shouldn't do a handspring or a flip in your house. I want you to look at the way this story is set up. There are different pictures in each frame of Etta Betta to show how Etta Betta moved her body when she did the handspring and the flip. Let's see if I can zoom in a little bit here. So you can see at the top, she's bending down, then her legs are up, and then she's standing again. That's to show the motion that she did. And then it's the same at the bottom. She's bending backwards, then she's tucked in a roll upside down, and then she's standing backwards again. So that's to show what her movement was.
What a fantastic ending for the Spingle Spangle Talent Show, said Doc.
All right. How do you think that Etta Betta feels by the time the end of the show has come? Look at her face. I think maybe she's feeling happy or proud. And why is she feeling that way? She's feeling that way because she got to participate in the show. The audience clapped, and Doc says that her act was a fantastic ending. All right? Let's see. I think we're going to stop this video for now. It's getting a little bit long, but you can always come back to this video and revisit the story for anything else that we're doing over the rest of the week. All right? I'm going to make a few more videos and send them out today, but you don't have to do all the work today. You can spread it out over as much time as you need. I really miss you guys, and I hope that you're having a fun time at home. You should try to send me some videos of yourself on Dojo, or put it in the Google Drive, or maybe on YouTube and send us the link. I'd love to see you.